Never before in history has there been a time to be more bullish on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We are seeing massive adoption around the globe right now on unprecedented levels. But the question remains, what will happen when a global recession looms right around the corner that could happen literally any day? In this video, we're going to dive into what is this bullish news that I'm talking about and what you need to know to prepare yourself for the upcoming global recession that seems inevitable. If you're new to the channel, guys, welcome. My name is Kyle. I've been in crypto for 11 years. I make content on this channel in order to educate you because I have a different perspective than most people on YouTube, and I've been in the weeds for the past 11 years. I don't monetize this channel. I make this content for free for you. So if you like that, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Let's get into the content. So what am I talking about? What is this bullish news, Kyle? Why is the crypto market more bullish than ever in history? Well, we have things like Hong Kong, which is the same country as China. Different rulings at the current moment, but you see Hong Kong making an announcement that they are going full balls to the wall, Web3, let's go. They're going to regulate and allow exchanges and businesses to flourish there. And this is a major green flag for the crypto industry. What we need to look for is, will China follow in the same footsteps? My thought process is, so long as they can figure out a way to benefit from this, and if they spend a little bit of time and energy, it will, right? Because whoever opens up their countries and their borders and makes friendly regulation for crypto, they're going to generate a tremendous amount of money from things like taxes, and just residents doing and operating businesses in these countries will bring in tremendous amounts of capital into these countries. And it doesn't have to compete directly with the local currency. We do know that BRICS and the Chinese yuan are also on the roadmap for China. But China and Hong Kong aren't all. There's also Japan, which is coming out. Not only have we seen them be very, very in the market before, they took a step back when they became a little embarrassed by things like Mt. Gox and saw the industry kind of being crazy and not quite mature enough yet. So Japan recently published a white paper of how Japan plans on opening up innovation in the Web3 space so that they can take advantage of the innovation happening in blockchain. This is really, really big, guys. On top of that, we see regulation in the EU, which is arguably one of the largest economies in the entire world, finally coming out and saying, guys, we are going to open up the space. We're going to give you clarity and regulation so that you can come operate within the EU without having fear of being shut down, prosecuted, and unlike the US, where they're doing nothing but enforcement by action and slapping everybody on the wrist with huge fines and not making any clear rules. The EU is saying the exact opposite and giving themselves a timeline of 12 to 18 months. And this will open up the floodgates to all the institutional wealth that has been sitting on the sidelines waiting for this moment to happen. On top of that, we have Russia coming out with big news. Russia is talking about how they are going to start mining Bitcoin. Russia has been under heavy sanctions from NATO, the United States, and they have no choice but to start using alternative currencies that give them different payment rails, right? They can't use SWIFT anymore, which is the biggest traditional financial rail in the world to send cross-border payments. So they need to figure out an alternative way. And guess what? Bitcoin is that perfect method of permissionless payment rails to send currency and receive currency to anyone in the world without asking permission, without censorship. It is a beautiful thing. The game has changed, ladies and gentlemen. No longer does the US dollar and those who control it have the power to shut these people down and make them fear for making a public announcement for doing what's best for them. The reason I'm making these points is because we do have this recession looming. And if it happens and nothing is said, if none of these things take off that we just talked about, we can expect to see a major correction along with stocks and equities. We would still see the crypto market more than likely correlated. And if equities go down 20%, you can better believe Bitcoin's going down 40 or 50% and altcoins going down 70, 80%. But if these things do start to happen beforehand, we could see something that all of us in the industry have been waiting for a very long time. That is a decoupling of Bitcoin and crypto to the stock market. This would be the first time ever where there was an obvious decoupling, and this will happen eventually. people will stop treating Bitcoin and eventually the more respected altcoins as risk assets, and they will start taking them more seriously, especially things like Bitcoin and Ethereum will be treated more as risk off assets, things like gold and things that people will flock to in times of uncertainty. And when we see that, my friends, you better believe that we're in for very good times ahead. All right, guys, now that you know what to look for, make sure you pay attention. If we see these things that we mentioned coming to fruition, it's possible, and this is not financial advice, but what I will be doing is being a bit more risk on, maybe increasing my size of my leverage a little bit in my lending and borrowing position. But if these things don't happen, I'm going to take very soon, and probably in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, I will be taking a more risk-off approach, pulling some of my digital assets off the table, putting them in something more secure like bonds or dollars, and then I plan on adding to my stack and buying back in Bitcoin and Ethereum and other alts that I like at a much lower price. But in order to be prepared for this, make sure that you subscribe, watch my weekly updates with Tom. We'll catch you guys soon. Bye.